It's going to fall for Ibrahimovic. Oh, come on! David Beckham. Oh, goodness me. There's Giacinzales. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Robbie Keane continues to captivate. Back from the depth. LA Galaxy level things up. It is over. The Los Angeles Galaxy have won their 6th MLS Cup.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash of Cosmos. This is episode 2. I'm Dylan along with Mila and Dari. In today's episode, we will recap the Galaxy coming back to Earth after newcomers SDFC beat the Galaxy at home 2-0. And then we will look to write the slate clean with the two upcoming games. As you know, the Galaxy schedule gets pretty tough from here as they travel up to Vancouver on Sunday, and then to Herediano, which is a team in Costa Rica. And as C.O.C has told us, they will fly from Vancouver directly to Costa Rica. So no days off for this Galaxy side as we look forward to it. But yeah, Mila, SDFC.
The main things that stuck out to me, Yamane looked like our most offensive threat, which is kind of scary. Yeah, that's not good. It's a luxury to have him be able to do that stuff, but when he is the main threat at right back, it's not good. But that being said, though, I think it comes with this being a team that we really haven't seen. Basically, a whole new 4 players in the midfield forward areas. So I think Sanabria is going to have some growing pains. He looks like it definitely looks like there's something there, and it should be exciting to see. But while he learns to develop in this league and in this team, I think we're definitely going to struggle a bit. I think a little of that comes with Royce, though, too, kind of having to find his role in this team as a starter rather than what he was doing last year. And then Fagundes, I thought he could have done a lot better. Same with Ramirez. I think Ramirez was really poor. I just thought he had no impact. Those were my quick little thoughts.
Yeah, Dari, what did you think of the match, and did you have any differing opinions from what Mila was saying there?
I pretty much agree with most of that. We looked pretty toothless, especially compared to last year. I think everyone was worried about missing Ricky and how that would impact us. I don't think missing Ricky was our issue. Not yesterday, but in that game. I think it was missing Paintsel and then maybe even a little bit of Jovalic, because I think playing as striker in a new team is definitely, it takes some getting used to, and it looked like that. It showed in Ramirez's performance. And I think we looked even better with Barry on the field saying that, which is kind of crazy to say. But he actually looked like he brought some spark coming off the bench.
Yeah, it was,
yeah, definitely.
It's weird. I definitely thought that Paintsel was the bigger of the missing pieces. Greg Vanney's sides from forever now have just been counterattacking sides that boot the ball long and go towards the wings. And so when you only are allowed to do that with one side of the field, it just completely changes the way that teams can game plan against them.
It seems like
in that sense, though. Sorry. And in that sense, I do think Sanabria could have done better in a lot of those transitional plays when he'd get the ball and try to get the play started. There was just a little. He wasn't up to speed, obviously, and I think that hindered us in that sense that you're talking about with the counterattacks.
Yeah, him and Surreal looked slow, but I think the underlying problem there is you have to lose Delgado, who was a true 8 last year and did a lot of work going forward, right? So now Sanabria has to fill that spot, and that felt like we were playing 2 6s.
Yeah, for sure.
It felt like we were playing 2 6s and a very far forward 10. Like the disconnect between Royce and the 2 midfielders was too much. It was hard. It was hard to watch at certain points. You know, it felt like either way, either they were getting left out in defense, or if Royce was too far forward, he wasn't even getting service. Same with Ramirez. I thought that it kind of just felt like those two were disconnected from the rest of the team. And maybe that just comes down to minutes, right? Like in preseason, those two didn't play a ton. And so I'm hoping that that's what it is. It's just like getting this team up to speed together. And, when you have three of the, the five in the spine being kind of ripped apart, that's probably bound to happen. I feel like it'd be remiss not to talk about the error because that was what happened all preseason. And then that was when the game changed is when, we have Mitrovic who bitched all of last year about playing, and he immediately gets up there and puts a waist-high pass to his center back, which, like Garces could have done better. But if you put your center back in that position, like
Hospital ball.
yeah, 9 out of 10 times, especially with how Chucky Lozano is an amazing player, and you think that his pressing style at a team like PSV earlier this year wasn't exactly waiting for something like that. Like, he's going to feast off of those opportunities. San Diego FC, for all my talk going into it about how new coming teams don't usually like gel right away and they don't have these great tactical formations or anything, looked really well like drilled and well coached, especially from a coach that's never done it at the top level or has done like head coaching duties. Like, they looked well drilled. Wasn't expecting them to try to control the ball and hold the ball. And their midfield is really good. Lucas De La Torre is like, he's some player, dude.
He's a monster.
There's
levels to it too.
If Mikovic doesn't do that, though, the game ends 0-0, in my opinion. There's no way because at that point, it's not like we had control, but you didn't really see San Diego creating any super dangerous chances. It was kind of a snooze fest up until that point, with both teams feeling each other out up until, what was it, like the 50th minute when that happened? Mm-hmm. It felt like a preseason game still until that point. And then after that point, San Diego really turned it on, I thought. The game was played into their hands after that point, too. Away from home, you get a goal up against defending champs. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah, it very well could have gotten a goal, too. The Yamane play where he passed it to Barry, and Barry that's a really good save, to be fair. And Barry, I think, to all of our knowledge, is not like some elite striker. So I wasn't expecting him to put that away. But
he made good contact with it, honestly, as well, though.
Yeah, and then, they just get a counterattacking goal with us trying to push to get a second. And being up winning or losing 1-0 and losing 2-0 means nothing to me. When there's a playoff system, the goal differential means nothing unless you're battling for 8th and 9th place. And at that point, does that matter? If you're in 8th and 9th, you're not winning at all. So, yeah, I guess let's put that one in the rear view because it doesn't matter anymore. Travel up to Vancouver, Canada, on the turf. I think that's a huge talking point. But
I think we're losing that game.
You think we're losing the game?
I think so. We're gonna lose too.
I have horrific memories every time we go up to that stadium. We never do well.
Vancouver,
I just think with Herediano, with them kind of in the view, I feel like it might get in the way a little bit, and I think it might get in the way of Vanny's thinking, especially with how thin our numbers are right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. Mila, you were the first person in our chat to bring up Vancouver and kind of the issues there. Do you want to touch on that?
We just don't play good against them, though.
Do you think it's the turf? Like,
no, I don't. I know. I really don't. I
think there's some. I think there's someone buried a goat under that stadium.
I don't think we perform against them last year, normally.
We won there convincingly both times last year.
Oh, okay. Then
sorry, we beat them twice last year.
Okay, maybe it was just Dari and I freaking out before the games, just etched in my head. But
no, years before they've definitely given us some whoopings.
We had Painstill in the game up there,
and they look sharp right now.
I think we're going to struggle with Ramirez up there. But that being said, Nascimento was supposed to get his visa cleared midweek, and I saw a Vanny quote saying that it was pretty much going to get done. So
we did win 3-1 away last time we were there.
Nice.
I think that was their first home loss too of the season. Like, I remember them being on a good stretch of games and then going and we kind of beat the brakes off them a bit. But we had Painstill, and I think I remember him being decent.
Yeah, I don't think we can afford to be leggy. Like we're slow. There's too many slow players. It's just Peck and the forward position that actually has some pace to him. I don't know. I think if he can play the young guy, he's got to play the young guy. He seems like he's a bit of a dog and got a little flair, so that should help us try to make something.
I feel
Wait,
like he's definitely not-
Ramos Jr. or Winder?
Nascimento.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You think I feel like I don't know how much he's played, and
I
to
don't
throw
know
him
either.
on turf.
But I
Yeah,
don't.
throw him
Yeah,
on
that's
turf in
true.
the first game. I feel like it's too much.
The Vanny quote had me thinking he might get some minutes.
Well, I think he'll get minutes.
Some
Yeah,
minutes.
but we'll see how it was. I just think Ramirez was so ineffective last game that
I don't think they're going to can him instantly, though.
yeah,
It's
you're
not like
right.
we did
You're
much
right.
going forward. He's definitely a striker that. This is kind of the same things they said about Joveljic before we signed Peck and Paintsill. It was like,
Yeah,
what's
but this
he doing?
guy's 33 years old.
Yeah, I
There's
know,
a
but
difference.
he's got
When we need a little bit of speed in the squad, and you have a young player like that, I think you have to take advantage of it.
I feel you.
I don't know. I honestly thought he was ineffective because Royce was ineffective.
I have to agree.
Like
But is that-
the issue is between. I don't think there's enough speed and physicality on the
exactly.
field between him and Fagundes. I don't think.
I agree. I totally don't think it's a one person issue in this sense, but the one guy that is replaceable, the way we can get some speed in that position, is that striker position. Unless you're gonna play, who would you play over Fagundes or Royce to get that in there?
Winder probably, but
that's the issue. Is we currently just don't have the options. I don't.
And then you're playing a really young midfield though. If you do that, like we just have to think about all these things when it comes to this.
I just for the Vancouver match, I think Royce plays in Costa Rica. I don't think Royce plays at all. I don't think he comes on as a sub. I don't think that European players, from my understanding, they just don't like the turf. They don't come over and play on the turf unless they're like Ricky's the only player that's been, or like, he's younger. So that's the thing. All the older players, they go to the turf and they just are like, nah, like I'm not playing on turf. And I don't think that they'd risk Royce playing on turf when they know how important he needs to be
especially
in the
how
early
injury
stretches.
prone he is as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's a need for it. I think
And
you
that
just
turf is
change up
evil.
the way you're going to play.
That turf takes souls.
It does take souls.
Facts. So it's probably going to be Ruben Ramos then?
I think
Him or
Winder.
In that
Winder.
position?
I think Winder.
Both of them looked. I actually enjoyed both of their cameos in the SDFC game. I'm hoping they are the two that get swapped off for each other. Like, regardless of who plays, like to start the game, I think you're looking at 60 minutes and the other one comes on for the other one.
For sure. But if we need, I don't know. If we're taking out Royce, you probably want a little more of an attacking option.
I think that you can get away with it if you put an Aude.
I agree.
Which is probably where we should segue the conversation, because that's been the talking
definitely.
point of all Galaxy Twitter and social media is like, what do you do with Julian Aude or Julian Aude, and what do you do like with this team scoring goals? We didn't score against a brand new team, so like how do we put the ball in the back of the net, and how do we become more creative?
I don't like this. We're going into 5-back territory.
No, I think he starts over Nelson.
Oh, I agree.
I think with the numbers we have right now, a 5-back isn't the worst idea.
I don't think so either. It's just,
you think like?
I mean, think about it. If Yamane and Aude are going to be our attacking options in this team, and we're going to play 4-back, like it just doesn't make sense.
Playing a 4-back is scary for sure, because that's how we get the second goal.
I think we would have to go to a 5-back. I don't know. Let's focus on Aude, I guess, for now, and then we can go into that.
Can you put Aude at left wing?
No, we've never done it.
I'm just throwing shit out and seeing if it could work.
You could try. I don't really know how that would work, to be honest.
I'd rather put Cuevas on the left wing.
I totally forgot about. He's hurt.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I think that would probably be the most realistic option for this type of game, is put him or put him on the right wing and put Peck on the left wing, and then put Fagundes in the middle. Gosh, I like him a lot. I thought his cameos were great. I'm
not really sure like where he falls into like the depth chart of this team, but whenever he comes on, he's pretty electric. I really like his delivery. Cuevas.
Oh,
especially with Ramirez, I thought it was interesting in the SDFC game how all the times we had Ramirez on the ball on the field, and we didn't cross the ball into the box once, and then Barry came on and we did it.
Never scored headers.
Yeah, so like. That's the way that I honestly think that Mickey Yamane looked really good when we stopped playing him through the middle, which I thought he was going to do. right? We inverted him. I thought that he played a lot better, and I thought we had better chances when he was overlapping. With Peck.
Yeah. Well, he gives Peck a little more leeway to do stuff too when he does that.
It just the overloads that Peck creates, like he's already demanding 2 or 3 guys. So if you can get Yamane, who has great service anyways, if you can get him around him, it just helps open up him to take more shots. That the other thing is like Peck's got to hit frame when he's taking the shots from outside of the 18, which I think he's done before. It's just that's going to be something that has to be in his arsenal early on in the season instead of trying to play through 5 or 6 guys. And I'm okay with him taking those shots. He's our best player.
I mean, he has to.
He's got to.
He's got all the right to take him.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's so many more questions that came from the first game that now I'm not even sure.
I thought it would answer questions, but it just left me with more.
Yeah. I
feel like we know the problems. It's just there's not really a way out of them right now, and I fear that the first few months are going to be pretty rough.
I think we were kind of onto something going back to the 5-back, though. I think so too. We just don't have the depth for that. Is the issue? One guy goes out, the wrong guy goes out, and then we're in an issue again.
I mean, if we were to hypothetically play in this 5-back, you're putting Zonka in, or you're putting Nelson as the left side center back?
You can't put Zonka 100%. I think
Zonka has the speed to do that as a wide center back.
Garces is one of the wide center backs, right?
Yeah.
And then Yoshida that is an issue. I don't know if he has the speed to do it either.
I think Zonka definitely has more. I haven't seen him, but I remember him playing back in the day. He had a decent amount of speed for a center back.
35 now, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what he holds now, but probably more than Yoshida.
Have you guys seen this Axel Nsengwe guy play? I have no idea who this is either. Okay.
So the thing is like it's either Nelson, Zonka, or Eric Zavaleta. So like if we're going into a 5-back, like you got to pick between those 3. And actually, now that we're saying it, I don't think I mind the idea of Nelson at the left side of center back.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be the end of the world.
You could do the Shaw,
and then
is he a tiny boy though? He's 5'9".
He is.
You can make it work, like because there's going to be enough. I mean, Garces and Yoshida are fine with dealing with the aerial presence. Like, so then you've got enough pace back there. Nelson's got enough speed, and Garces obviously carries all the boats because he's so fucking fast.
And then you give Yamane and Aude free reign to overlap and go forward.
And and if you want your right back to invert there, you can. Yamane is perfect for that. And then you've got 2 guys that kind of Cirio and if you've got subs with Winder, and I don't even think Ramos Jr. would be used there, but like to kind of play in those positions, and then you limit who's on the field between Royce and Fagundes because they take up more of a forward spot. I don't hate the idea of it. I've never seen Vanny deploy it, so
I don't think we'll do it,
and we won't do it.
This is something I'll do on FM for us to as a test.
I want to say that there was a point during the shit period where we had Doug on the team, and I was telling Dari that I was like, this is the way to go. Like, we got to play a 5-back.
There was nothing that could save that.
Yeah. Little did I know that I was just shooting at dead cattle. Like it was over, man.
Yeah, that's the less said about it, the better.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's do a predicted starting 11 for the game in Vancouver, and then we can do predictions afterwards. I don't think that he's gonna rip Mikovic.
No, he's gonna give him at least 4 or 5 games. I think if he has another howler, I could see him getting pulled, but I think he'll give him a chance. I think Mikovic is a better shot stopper than J-Mac, but it's saying something that he is somehow worse with his feet. It's crazy. I don't understand it. And I heard the commentators saying that they prefer him because he's better with their feet. I don't know who did that scouting report for them, but he is awful. He's like hopeless with his feet.
I think the reason that we don't think or we see him as being worse with his feet is because they're using him, right? Like J-Mac, like anytime the ball got back to him, we were just like fucking anywhere but your feet. Like, just kick it as far as humanly possible away from you.
I think that's what an MLS goalkeeper should do.
I'm
I don't
okay
think
with
that
it, too.
MLS is at the point where our goalkeepers can be ball playing keepers, and
No.
it happens every week. There's like at least 4 or 5 playing out of the back goals given up across the league every weekend.
I'm good with heaving it literally to Narnia. Like, I am more comfortable with all of the MLS keepers seeing the ball and kicking it straight to Rosette. Like, I don't need to see them playing out of the back. If it's not one, it has to be on the ground.
This is the one time I agree with Alexi Lawless, one of his takes.
Just boot it long. I hate that shit.
I can't.
There's no
I get it if you have like a high profile keeper that's coming and he's known for playing with his feet, then you can do it. But it's like
I can't
even then it's risky because it's
like Zach Steffen.
Nah, no, wasn't
I don't even like that. I don't even trust that.
I wasn't talking about Zach Steffen.
No, that's what I had in my head though. This is like someone
I was
that is
thinking of like Berkey or something.
Oh, that's true. I mean, Zach Steffen's technically supposed to be good with his feet. He went to City for a reason. He was crap.
Hugo Lloris doesn't even use his feet. He just boots it long.
Okay, he's always been crap.
No, I know, but like but you'd think that like him coming over from Europe, they'd be like, oh yeah, like we can try it out again.
He's been making those mistakes
just fucking
forever.
kicks it out.
Yeah,
I love it.
He knows right now. Yeah,
that's how it should be. No MLS goalie should ever be like, you know what? Today I'm feeling like a European side goalie because you're not. You're just not. You're not. Like our cream of the crop was Matt Turner, right? Like to think Matt Turner, you think about his ability on the ball. Like, come on, dog. God. Just kick it long. I got no problem with Ramirez trying to get it off. You know, like why? Okay, that is actually something I didn't want to bring up. We didn't kick it long once, and we have a 6'3" striker.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. And even when Barry came on, like he eats those for breakfast, and we don't give it to him.
Yeah, like the flick on to Peck doesn't sound like a great idea.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Sure,
we're a little too stuck in our ways sometimes.
I agree for sure. I think we're trying to play our football rather than try to work with what we have on the pitch.
Exactly. It feels like kind of a situation, except a million times less terrible.
Yeah, look, if you don't have Ricky, you're not playing out from the back. Like, how many times do we watch Ricky come into a center back position, pick up the ball, and carry it 50 yards? Play the next ball, break the line. Like, we don't have anybody to do that, so let's stop acting like this team is going to do that. When he comes back, which is so far away from now, we can do it. But, like, Royce isn't dropping 50, into center back position to get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not
expect him to either. That's the thing. Like, why? I don't know.
I'm asking Vanny to play Vanny ball. I would like to see Vanny play Vanny ball. And this is the first time that this is a Vanny team that's not going to have Ricky for the LA Galaxy, where he can just do that. Just play his style, and I'm here for it. He won multiple trophies doing it that way. So we'll see. Sorry, that was a weird long tangent about our goalie, and then getting into ball playing. Right back is Yamane. Center back speak for themselves with Yoshida and Garces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it is. What?
Were you going to say rotate Yoshida for Zonka?
I mean, maybe rest.
I mean,
honestly.
maybe a little bit, yeah. But for the game of the week, because he's still our captain, I feel like you would want him to play in that first
game in Costa Rica.
Maybe Yoshida and Zonka.
Yeah. Especially with all that travel, but
and the
I actually don't. I don't mind that.
I don't.
I'm okay with Zonka getting his first start.
Not with Yoshida for me.
Because it also, you'd be throwing in. You can't play Yoshida 3 game back-to-back games like that. So that means he's not playing in that mid-game week.
I think it could be.
I think I'm also okay with that. One of the games I would like Yoshida to play.
I just don't know about giving Zonka the debut in that midweek game.
I'm pretty sure the club he came from played on turf. So he might be pretty comfortable with that. I don't know. He's an experienced defender. I would have no problem with him swapping with Yoshida. But, I mean, Yoshida is our captain, so...
we got him to replace Yoshida. And Yoshida
I don't think he was a replacement. I think we got him to replace Cáceres.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure.
I thought we weren't sure if Yoshida was going to stay, and that's why they got Jurgensen.
No, it was a Cáceres. I think I'm pretty sure Josh has said it too.
I thought I'm pretty sure he was a replacement for Neil, wasn't he? Like there was kind of like the idea that they were gonna we lost 2 center backs
Yeah.
and
I
we
mean,
had to get one to replace it. I think Yoshida was always the plan was always to bring him back, but they just weren't
Okay.
sure if he was going to take a less contract, which I have no idea why he did. He's not even on a TAM.
He likes
That's
it.
crazy.
Our captain isn't even on a TAM. This league is so fucked, so dumb, so dumb. So would you rather have? Would you rather? I mean, we're assuming that he's taking one of the games off. So would you rather him Sunday or midweek?
I'd say midweek.
I think I'd rather him take Sunday off.
Okay, then let's go with Zonka and Garces as our center backs for this week, and then our left back. I'm going Aude. I think Aude should play.
Yeah,
I thought we looked more composed, better on the going forward with him on the pitch.
The one thing that kind of gives me some reservations about Aude is that right winger that Vancouver has. I don't know if you guys watched the Portland game.
He was so good.
He was insane, and he's rapid. Like, he is unbelievably rapid. So that Aude's one-on-one defending is not the best. I probably would put more trust in Nelson there, but I think Aude has more
Nelson.
But I don't know. That guy scares me. I think that's our one, our big thing. Him and Gald.
There is the chance that just to combat that, they don't. I mean, he was so good. A goal and 3 assists.
Yeah, he was unreal.
To be fair, Kamal Miller and it was their center back. So and they were playing a 3-back, so it totally fucked their formation.
Pretty sure it was him that got the guy sent off too, though.
Was it? Okay, I didn't see the red.
I believe it was.
Portland might be awful.
They're terrible.
They might be.
They have
awful.
a game today. Vancouver have a game today.
They do have a game today.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
CCC?
Deportivo Saprissa.
Okay, so in 62 minutes, this guy had 3 assists and a goal, and he finished with a 9.6. How is that not a 10?
You're on FootMob, that's why.
You can't get a 10.
How is that not a 10?
You can't get a 10 on FootMob.
How is that a 10? Yeah. Okay. Fuck, that's tough.
I feel like he might go back 5.
No way.
I'm with it, bro.
I like the idea of it too, but I don't
really feel like everything points to a back 5. Like, the numbers we have, we need to rest important players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the center backs will have to run less if there's 3 of them. It just, I don't know. And the way, I think we should. I don't know if Vanny will. I'm not the coach, but.
I'm totally in agreement. I think that, I think being able to go with a 3-back or 5-back and be different is going to be important because we have just so many injuries. But I think it's too early in the season, and he's not going to abandon the early tactics. We didn't even see it in preseason. So unless there's some major shift or we lose the next 2 games, I just can't see Vanny abandoning the 4-2-3-1.
I feel like that first game was kind of a major shift because it showed us that formation doesn't really work with the personnel that we have.
But then we made the subs, and then it kind of got us back in the game. I think it'll be too much of an overreaction for Vanny to go, because we very well could go in here.
In his pocket though, he played it a decent amount last year.
The back 3?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, I mean,
when we were leading in games.
Well, I mean, before it happened a handful of times. I swear we played
started games with the back 3 though.
Never?
He would transition into it, and we would be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, because remember he'd throw Neil on there, and we'd be like, "Oh, I don't know, we're not up by enough yet." And then Ricky would take the ball from our penalty spot and score.
Especially the year before that too. I think he did it a little more, but we've never seen him, or we haven't seen him do it recently, where he's started with the back 3, back 5. So
I'd really like it. I just think it's too early for him to do it. He's not going to do it. Sorry. I'd like to see it. I just don't think he does it.
I think he does it. I'm just going to say it.
I really want him to do it. I think that's the way we can capitalize and maximize the output of the players that we're going to have on the field.
Probably help us retain the ball a little better.
It's just hard for us to play the way we've been playing all of last year without the players that we had last year. Exactly. And some of them are a year older too. Our old guys are a year older. It's not like we didn't get any better in any of those positions. We only decreased, and all the people that stayed, none of them have really gone up. in the offseason, especially if Audi is going to take Nelson's spot back. Like, he's still got to come back from the rust. Yoshida's older. Yamane looks like the only one that might improve from the defense.
I think
Obviously.
we're gonna see I think we're gonna see some improvement from Audi because we didn't really even see
No. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Audi rust, though. Like, we need to see the rust come off, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, okay.
He was really good before the injury. He was really good.
Yeah. But I think Yamane, he looks like he's a little more confident in the team right now.
Oh, for sure. He's
which
definitely
I think is good. Even if we're just looking at like social media and him being a little more outgoing, like he just looks like he's gonna take that step up for us, and I think we're gonna need it. So,
he's a Rolls
did you
Royce
call it out
player.
last week? You called it out last week, right?
What, Yamane?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I do. He's Rolls Royce to me. Like, he's just class. Like, every time he's on the ball, like, we're just a better team, like, period. Which was crazy thinking, like, who did we have before that? I can't even remember. That's how good Yamane's been. Yeah, Caligari. And I was like, I was so upset when we let
Rajo Caligari. Yeah, there was. Yeah.
I thought I was so upset. I was like, dude, I can't believe we should have just let him rehab and we should have taken him back. And then they brought this dude in. He's been class since the minute he started playing. He plays every game and he's fucking good every time.
Yeah, and Caligari was a baller too. He made you forget about him.
Dude. I'm a big fan. He's gonna be if we don't have a good season, which I still think we are, Yamane will be like that Diego Dallo for Manchester United last year, where it was like the player of the year, and it's Yamane. He can't be the player of the year if we have a good year because we're going to score goals. But if we are scoring goals,
yeah, that's. I was like, where is he going with this? Like, that makes sense now.
Okay, so we got
back to the lineup. We keep getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Are we going out at left back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we agreed on that.
For the sake of just keeping it a 4-2-3-1.
We didn't even agree on our lineup.
Yeah, we didn't even agree.
That's the
issue.
I still think it's going to be a back five.
We did talk about what we would see for a back five.
Yeah, so let's build our normal
Galaxy. If Annie doesn't decide to switch it up. The midfield 2 stays the same. Or, well...
Yeah, Sanabria.
That stays the same. The forward line is where I think we're going to see movement. Peck is the only guy that I have penciled in at right wing. The other 3, I'm still not sure what we're going to do. What would you guys want to see from the other 3 spots? The Cam, the left, and
the 10. Oh, it's just so hard to take Royce out this team when we don't have someone like Puig to just sit him on the bench, you know? So
I personally don't think that Royce plays on the turf. It has nothing to do with him wanting or not wanting to play. I just don't think the medical team or himself go, I'm playing on the turf.
Think he plays. Okay.
I just don't he may be in the squad. Maybe he gets 30 minutes, but I just don't see him playing on turf.
Then I'd probably go Ramos.
Fagundes
on the left, yeah.
And
Ramirez. I don't know who else to put there. Yeah, it's got. I mean, personally, from what I've seen of the little clips of Nascimento, I think he could do something for us. But like you guys were saying, it's pretty unlikely that he starts this game.
I brought it up on Twitter, but I'm not sure what profile Nascimento is. Like, I don't know if he's like nobody really has any real footage on him. Haven't seen him play a lot. Yeah. Like, could you mold him into a left forward?
He looks like one of those guys that you could.
Does he not seem a little like he seems like he has flair, but it doesn't seem to be like a fluid movement, you know, when you're looking at someone and they're just gliding across the pitch. It seems a little
I've
funky.
only seen like a handful of highlights.
He looks like a dog with a bit of flair to him is the best way I could put it, which I think is perfect at the 9, especially in this league. Like, he's going to be able to do all the stuff to hold up the ball, get in the box, do all those things, and then also beat a guy.
Like, the little that I've seen of him, he looks like who was that guy last year on Miami, the young guy?
Kamad. Yeah.
No, he was
Campana?
Campana, yes, Campana.
Yeah. The striker.
He kind of looks like that type of player. But I really don't know. I've seen like 5 highlights.
Yeah,
I haven't
seen enough
about the kid.
So
yeah, I'm just saying with is he faster than Fagundes? I'm gonna guess so.
I would assume so. He's a young kid,
right? So
I would hope so.
That's why I'm saying, like, can he just be out on the left wing and allow Fagundes to play more centrally? Like there were so
Oh,
many
shit,
times
okay.
during the SDFC game where I literally was like, "Oh, we're about to play him through," and then it was like Fagundes trailing the play because he's just not there physically to do what Paint still does, and the
I
ball
think
was in the channel,
yeah,
and it
it's
was
just
like,
too many unknowns about this 9 for us
yeah.
to know, like where to
I
put.
think that it's. I feel like it's possible. Like the idea that he can't play there is like maybe we just have to. Maybe this is more of a 5-back thing, but he can play that left cam.
Mhm.
We just know nothing about the kid, which
Yeah,
sucks.
and I think
It
also
sucks that you can't even find.
the position.
Is there even any highlight reels on him?
There's like half of them are youth
Maybe a
clips.
couple, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the kid. I'm willing to give if he's flexible. I'm willing to give it a shot. I wasn't impressed with the Royce Fagundes duo like
No,
at all.
it's too slow.
It's too slow. It's funny because I want to say it's old, but like Fagundes is 30.
But the
It's
thing
not like
is,
he's some.
I'm not pulling Royce out over, like, I'm not keeping Fagundes in over Royce if that's the decision, because we've seen what Royce can do if he is on his game, and I don't think Fagundes can even touch that level of the game. So
I just don't know. My big concern with
yeah,
Royce
the
going
turf.
forward, not even the turf, like
Oh,
just in general, is I don't think he can. I'm not
play
enjoying.
a full 90.
I'm not even enjoying a full 60 right now. Like in
Mm.
games I've seen him play like longer, I haven't enjoyed his. It's just a work rate thing. He's not physically capable. Like I know that the idea is like, oh, you're a star that's fallen out of favor, like or is past his prime and can't play in the Prem or in the Bundesliga. Let me just go to the US and it'll be a ton easier. Like this is a super physically taxing league. Like the way that everybody plays is not possession based. It's always pinging around and running and doing full sprints for, 90 or so minutes.
Yeah, I think Royce definitely thought he was signing up for a vacation when he got here. I mean, he looked like he was. I mean, he's definitely bought in, but I think there's a bit of a culture shock in the way
I think
this
a lot
league
of
is.
players come to the MLS though, and they're thinking it's the MLS, it's the US, it's not going to be that crazy, and then they get here, it's a tough league. It might not
Yeah.
be the best of the best yet, but it's a fucking tough league. You look at Latte La talking about it; he just fucking dominated in his first game, and he's talking about how it's a more physical league than the Championship. That might be a little bit of kiss ass, but
No,
I think it proved your point last week for sure, and
it's
that's your point right now.
it's the truth, dude. It's think about American soccer as a whole. Like nobody's from the time it started till now. Like it's becoming more flair based, but it's in its roots. It's
Always
It's always
smash and
been
grab.
athletic.
It's
Very
always been
athletic,
smash
yeah.
and grab. So Roy's coming here as the 30-minute cameos, 30-minute spurts where he just can see the game a little bit better. Everyone's on a little bit tired legs. He looks great. He's a supercomputer. But asking him to do it for more than a half on every given week is really concerning to me.
I
think
agree.
you got to surround him. You can't put, like, this is where it comes with him and Fagundes next to each other. Like, they're not complementing each other with the way they're playing, and that is a liability in this team. So if we had people that could do that, I feel like Paint still could do a little more work, and Royce wouldn't have to come back as much. There's ways to minimize that, the stuff that you're worried about with Royce, but we have to actually put the personnel out there to do it, and I think that's what we've been talking about. Like, we don't know who to
Yeah.
put there to do that.
I will give us all credit. We did guess where he was going to be defensively. He played as like a second striker. That was cool.
It wasn't the hardest prediction. I
No,
think.
it really wasn't. But I'm
Could
giving
he
us
play the
credit because we
9 at
deserve
all
it.
this year?
Does he play it? I don't think so. Just because we signed the kid.
Yeah, I agree. I think without him, we would have. But I think without signing the kid, we would have had a rough season going forward.
Well, no, because Miguel Berry would have scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still think Miguel Berry scores 5 goals this season.
I can see that. I'll take 5 goals.
But
goals?
I brought it
Yeah.
down from 10 because we got the
10. I
guy.
was like,
Thank you.
didn't you say 10?
I said
before?
10
Double digits
GA,
is-
but the kid came in and that he's going to take his minutes. So.
Yeah, it's cut his minutes in half, basically.
So no Royce. Are we going with Winder?
I think it'll be Winder.
I like him a lot. I think that he's great. I think that in this game, particularly with their right winger Nelson, like you need somebody who can kind of just be a body in the midfield.
He's big.
He's
Yeah,
big.
we're gonna have no creativity.
I think Fagundes is going to have to drop back and just be the creative outlet. And it's going to have to be Yamane and Aude and...
If we're asking Fagundes to be the main creative outlet, we have to go 5-back.
That's what I'm saying too.
We have to. You can't do that. You can't, then you what? Like, oh no, bro, no.
Peck's also got to just... it's all going to be centered around how do you exploit the fact that
it doesn't matter.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is now we're going to have to figure out how to exploit that. It's like a double team in basketball. Like somebody's got to be open.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to find that man, and how do we? This is why Vanny gets paid what he gets paid. We don't. It's to figure that out. But I'm totally with you guys. I think the 5-back is the way to go. I don't see him doing it. Just don't trust it. Been asking for 5-back for too long. So, or 3-back, whatever it is.
I want to see it. That's my prediction for the weekend.
I'm cool with it if it happens. If it happens, I'll clap. I'll get up off my couch and I'll clap.
You guys have to both send me the Drake clapping gift.
All right,
so let's midfield, right? We didn't even get to the midfield.
We just did the two. Sanabria and
I think we decided that Winder is going to be
Sanabria,
the third midfield.
And Winder. Yeah, those three.
That's
Milf, Ramirez, and
yeah.
God, bro.
I can't see this being our lineup. Like,
if we put out that lineup, we're gonna get smacked up.
We are gonna get.
I think Ramirez has a much better game, and I think that helps.
Concede 5 if we put out that lineup.
Dude, it's possible. I don't like the turf.
How cold is it in Vancouver this weekend?
Do they play? Do they play in a dome?
Oh, they do play in a dome.
Do they?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They play in a dome.
It's only 52 degrees.
That's really confusing. They play in a dome, but it's turf. It's just like Atlanta. Like, don't play on turf. You're in a dome. Everything's artificial. Just put grass in.
And then cover it.
Fuck them.
That just completely defeats the point of the dome.
It does. The whole point is...
Okay, now you can just have concerts in it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh, man. Okay, let's do score predictions for both games. So we'll start with Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't even... yeah, okay.
I'll go 3-1 loss, I think.
3-1 loss.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-1 win. I don't think that we lose 2 in a row. I'm going to hope not. 2-1 win.
2-0 loss.
I'm changing it to 3-2 loss.
You think we're scoring twice?
Yeah, I think we're scoring twice.
I do actually think we're scoring twice.
If we put out the fucking lineup that we just came up with, I don't think we're scoring.
I don't think we're putting out that lineup. That's the thing. No, that's where my prediction goes. And then I have no idea what to predict for Herediano.
Yeah, Herediano. I don't know. I can't name a single player on their team.
The fact that they drew twice with RSL makes me think that we win. So I just don't rate RSL. I think they're bad.
They are bad. I agree.
But then again, like the travel conditions with all of this probably has to be in there too.
It adds so much. Like, and what are their games looking like? They're probably one of these teams that like hasn't played a game in 2 months or something.
I know that they've won 12, or they haven't lost in 12.
Well, like when was their? Let me.
But I also don't know who plays in the Costa Rican league to make me feel like that's a good or bad thing. Like they're always in this competition. On the thumbnail is Robbie Keane playing this team. So, like, I think they're always in this competition, and I've never seen them advance farther than this round. So, I you know what? I'm going to go 1-1 for this game because I think we have to get an away goal because that's important. So I'm going to go 1-1, and then it comes back to Diggs.
They beat the worst team in one of the divisions in their league. 2-1.
2-1 Galaxy?
No. Wait,
He's
what?
saying the score line.
I'm researching Herediano right now.
I saw it and I just did not recognize anything anywhere, so I was like, all right.
I think this is the game we score our first goal. I don't think we're scoring against Vancouver.
There's no way we get 2 scoreless.
Why?
Because we're the Galaxy.
I just didn't see anything.
Portland scored without a man like with 10
Yeah.
men.
And they were awful. They looked terrible.
Like we have to get a goal. One.
They might have scored before they got the red. Let me check.
No, they didn't. They didn't. It came after. It was a fluke goal. I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They scored with 10 men. Come on,
They
we'll get
scored
one.
with 10 men. We'll get one at least.
We're forgetting those away. I agree with the Herediano score though. I think it's gonna be 1-1 as well.
1-1.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a
Okay.
snooze fest.
Well, this doesn't make any sense. How have some of the teams played 22 games and how have some of them played 10?
Is this in the Costa Rican league?
Yeah.
It might be like
Probably like a Mexican league situation where they play
Makes
like
no
2 leagues
sense.
in
Yeah,
one.
they- It's like
They play Santa NFC on Sunday. Santa NFC have played 22 games.
NFC?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Now I'm confused.
They're just playing a Sunday league too.
I don't know what this is.
So
Do
warm-up
they have
match.
2 halves of the league?
It's
It's
probably
probably
like the
forget-
Liga
forget
MX
about
thing.
it.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
like a type
Boom.
deal.
I'm got.
Stop talking about the Costa Rican league.
Shout out! There's one guy on my TikTok that keeps popping up where he explains the different leagues and all their different like
Oh,
ways
I've
of,
seen that.
and
I've
it's
seen
it's like him talking to himself, explaining to the leagues. Shout out to him because those things are fucking
Those videos are-
hilarious.
I
Because when you
just saw Argentina one the other day. It
That's
made
what I was
no
gonna
sense.
say, dude. That is a
Yeah.
crazy one. A
Just-
1 year changed the league.
to be
to
fair,
expand
everybody
it.
is also talking about our league like this. Like when he did the MLS version, I was like, oh shit! When you say
Oh,
it out
weird,
loud,
yeah.
this is
It's
also
pretty dumb.
fucking stupid.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it really doesn't.
So
So
your
it
best
doesn't
team,
really matter.
yeah. So your best team doesn't actually win it. They could lose and not win it all.
Mhm.
Yes.
And when
Yeah.
the best team wins the league, nobody cares.
Yeah.
In fact, people make fun of them.
Yeah.
All right, wait, Mila, what was your prediction for Herediano?
Dude, I'm 2-0.
Well, you gotta predict something.
2-0.
You can just put numbers out there if you want.
I put 2-0.
7-8. You know what I mean?
I think we'll score our first goals and we'll get our first clean sheet.
Okay.
Away. Okay.
That would be really funny if we lost
Manifestation,
2-0,
guys.
lost 2-0, and won 2-0 in the following. I'm okay with. I guess I'm okay with
I
that
would
run of form.
sacrifice Vancouver to win in the CCL 100%.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. I mean, I'm not cool with losing, but I'm more okay with that. If we're gonna lose one of the games and not score in it,
Okay, yeah, I don't want us to lose to Vancouver.
no.
but I
If
just
we're
think-
if we're going to lose 2-0 in either game, I'd much rather it be the Vancouver one
yeah,
than in the CCL. Way goals matter.
we got to see what Vanny does.
Oh man,
We just
Gregory.
hypothesized. Like what 4 different lineups
Yeah, we're
for
we're
2
all
games,
in.
5 different lineups for 2 games. Like it's all over the place.
Yeah, Vanny's
so
got his work cut out for him.
we'll
for sure.
definitely have a lot more to talk about after these 2 games. I think we can see where he's gonna have to pick the team after.
We're a bunch of spoiled brats. Like we went and won everything, and then we lose one game, and we're in the upside down. You know?
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. If you scrap the fucking way we got done by the stupid league rules, there is reason to be like, what the fuck? Because this is not the same team. If we ran it back with the same team and this happened, then we'd be the spoiled brats, I think.
Yeah, but every winning team has this happen to them.
I
You
know,
what I
but
mean?
it's,
So
it's
like
dumb. It's dumb.
it is
It's
dumb.
like we had to get rid of freaking all our best players, ACL injury to our best player. Like it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's really where this all comes down to. Like if Rick keeps playing in this team, I think we win every game.
On top of that, Painstill got injured before the season
that
started.
really
Like, what are we
fucking was.
doing, bro?
I think we win that game with Painstill. Like it was in the balance.
Yeah.
Jake.
It's a DP
Totally.
league, and we don't have 2 of our
Yeah.
DPs.
Yeah.
We saw it with Doug and Chicha. Like even when Doug played, regardless if he was good or
Well,
not.
that guy was a bum. So
Yeah, but like even if when he played and he didn't literally hit the other players.
Are you wearing the jersey right now?
Oh fuck yeah, I am. That's my guy.
Yes.
I was so
yes,
hyped
yes.
for him. Way to
That's-
ruin my fucking fandom, dickhead. I was telling Mila, I just have a graveyard collection building here.
He's
I
bad
stopped
luck.
putting names on the back of my jersey when I got a Di Maria jersey.
Oh fuck, yeah, that's rough. Because I've got Neil here, I've got Doug here, and then I have Ricky jersey, but it's number 6, and it was the year before he switched to 10. So like it's just collecting. So I'm probably gonna get a Peck jersey, and he's gonna leave like immediately after. So I'm just not gonna get a Peck jersey.
For one of your least favorite teams.
He's gonna sign
Oh,
for
probably. Yeah, literally, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out.
They're gonna throw him at right wing back.
Well, where else are they gonna play him? They have Saka,
Yeah.
and they're just gonna. That's what the switch is gonna be. They're gonna both play right wing back. That's a whole nother discussion. Fuck them. All right, we cool to end it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Alrighty, cool. Well, we've been Clash of Cosmos. This was episode 2, and we will see you guys in the next one.
LA, Highland champions. They're going to go alone. Still back. What a goal. It's 6. They just cannot stop scoring. The volley from Bono. Yes. San Jose carved open with a world-class pass from Ricky Pooch.